Marvel Age Star Wars. My name is Sean, and I'm here with Brooks.
Hello, everyone. When last we saw our heroes, Luke had been sort of captured by a Waterworld-like character.
Yeah.
What do they call him? The
A
general
water
or the commander?
governor. He was governor,
the admiral,
right?
the governor.
The,
That's right.
The pirate governor of the
On a
Waterworld.
Giant pirate ship
/
on
village.
the Waterworld of... God, I can't even remember what the planet was called. I'm
Drexel.
terrible at this.
Well, it's in the Drexel system. I don't know. Did they name the planet or not? It's not.
I just
Drexel.
assumed it was Drexel.
It's in the Drexel system. So
Han was tricking... I can't think of anyone's
Crimson
name.
Jack.
I'm terrible at this.
Due to a ruse, Han convinced space pirate Crimson Jack, who had just captured him and Princess Leia separately. They were on separate errands, but both got captured by Crimson Jack. And Han convinced him that there was a rebel treasury on this new planet, so that they could convince him to take them all there to rescue Luke, which I appreciate as a Star Warsy, like as a sort of ballsy Star Wars move, where it's like, I'm going to take the fact that I am captured and turn that to an advantage and use these guys for an errand that I should have already been doing.
It kind of makes me wonder if Crimson Jack captures everyone that leaves Yavin.
And
he didn't get Luke.
And just goes along with whatever zany adventures they have. Like, I don't have a lot to do. Like, they're like, we got to go do this. Like, I'll take you there for a part of your profits. But he's just bored.
So, like, the last rebel that abandons the Yavin base, flies up, gets captured, and finds that the entire Rebel Alliance has been captured by Crimson Jack one at a time.
to no profit motive.
General Dodonna.
Like, it's costing a fortune
here?
to keep all these people prisoner. And for what? It's like, I kind of think we just found our new base.
Yeah, that's how we got this star destroyer.
Yeah, it's kind of the perfect cover. If Imperials come around, they just see one of their ships and keep going. This is issue number 13 of Star Wars.
And Chewbacca is violently attacking his friends. What on earth?
I don't know what is happening on this cover. They love to just put these weird hyperbolic moments. We're like, oh my god, like the Wookiee. Don't dare let the Wookiee win. I do like that line. That's funny.
It's because of the movie. Yeah, but you know what's like?
But he's punching Luke. That would kill you.
If you're a kid, and you know they got to grab your attention. It's like, I wasn't gonna buy Star Wars this month, but I kind of got to see why Chewbacca's murdering Luke.
Yeah, I also am curious as to why Luke's lightsaber is purple.
And why he's strangling C-3PO as if C-3PO breathes.
Yeah, I'm just not... C-3PO is smart enough to not bring that up. He's like, no, I prefer this. He's pretty cut. A lot of these artists draw C-3PO as being pretty cut, even though he's barely articulated as a humanoid robot.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know what's up with these weird lizards. I mean, I'm assuming... Oh, this is John Byrne. I didn't realize that. How cool.
Oh, I didn't realize either. How weird. Is that Terry Austin or something?
Yep. So,
fun.
Nice combination. So that's interesting. Chewbacca does look pretty good here. I do like this rendering of Chewbacca.
Yeah, he looks huge.
He's huge. He's got, like, visible musculature, but I don't mind that. It's comics. His arms are a little too short, but that's still better because most people draw him with long orangutan arms. Although, if you look, at some point his bandolier just disappears for no reason in what is a shadow, quote unquote.
Maybe tucked under his fur. Who knows?
I don't know. There's no transition to that. Like, it's fully visible and it's fully not visible. I don't like that. But whatever. It's fine. Otherwise, they look
picky.
Based on these timbers, I guess this is supposedly on board the spaceship.
Yeah, I guess so. It has like a saloon door looking thing back there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not the spaceship, but the pirate sort of ship.
Yeah, the pirate ship. Yeah. So I don't know, man.
So I'm pretty jazzed, pretty excited.
Chewbacca is not even with Luke at this point. He's
no,
up with
it's
Han,
a deadly reunion on a star-lost world.
So we'll see what's up. Let's go.
Friend against friend. All right, this is Day of the Dragon Lords. So we get to see what's up.
I like how they wrote Dragon Lords. Could that be a little more dramatic looking?
I love it, man. That's cool. I wish I could.
It's like a horror movie.
I wish I could do the type face these guys do. And like there's a lot of art that goes into drawing these weird logos and
The
fonts.
ship is as big as a city, and it endlessly sails the vast ocean that is the surface of the unnamed planet. You're right, unnamed.
It's in
In
the
the
Drexel
Drexel
system.
system. So this thing is as big as a city, but in orbit, Luke thought it was a large landmass.
Yeah,
I guess a city could be considered a
you would
large
say.
landmass.
Yeah, sure.
Ship's policy, my young friend, is to slay. Actually, you should be doing this. This is
I forgot
the governor.
what does this guy's voice sound like?
I don't remember.
already?
It's been too long.
My young friend is to slay all off-worlders and to cannibalize all metal. Oh, good lord! Like, good God, that ended better than it started. To cannibalize all the off-worlders. And my job, Skywalker, is to enforce that policy.
It's not cannibalize off-worlders. It's cannibalize metal and machinery.
That's what I'm saying, but I just thought he was going to say that.
Oh, I see.
When he started saying,
You
we kill the off-worlds and cannibalize their goods. Like, oh, God, come on, man. Say that first. More Carmine Infantino. I do love the artwork.
Governor Quark, I've been trying to explain that this R2D2 droid, is one of the greatest repair units ever created. Just look how he's doing with that Hydra skimmer your own master machinesmith said should be junked.
For real, like, why? What's the profit in just dismantling the droids for parts? It's like those parts make droids. If you have a full functioning droid, that's counterintuitive. I want to tell you your business because you live on a boat in a world where everyone has spaceships, but still.
Yeah. So you obviously know what you're doing.
Yeah, I found this helmet here in the NAM. Impressive, Skywalker, and for me to override ship's policy, this demonstration had best continue that way. like the stakes are really well laid out at this point. R2 has to finish repairing this thing, or they'll dismantle him. I'm glad we're spinning a page on this.
R2? Your work will determine if we continue service as proper robots, or end it as bailing buckets, fish hooks, or worse.
It's worse
than
fish
fish hooks?
Yeah, come on. That's really undignified.
It would be dumb to take a fully functioning droid apart to make fish
We
hooks.
could fish with that. It's like, I'm worth like $1 million.
And turn them upside down, make a trash can out of them.
I don't need a protocol droid. I'll use you to hold my toothbrush.
The little droid doesn't seem to grasp the situation. He claims, except for assemblage, to be finished. That's kind of a weird thing to say, except for assemblage.
Yeah.
But obviously,
like
several days, a week perhaps, will be needed to. I like how C-3PO is the one that's cunning here, and R2 is the one that seems to be naive about things. That seems backwards to me.
Well, hopefully R2's the one who has the ruse going, oh, it's going to take me forever. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I would
It's
figure.
going to
R2
take
be
me
the
like
smart
3
one.
days to put the nuts back on, but otherwise it's fine. I want that skimmer slapped together immediately.
Your accent is wildly inconsistent.
I really don't have a handle on this character.
Maybe he sounds like the Walking Dead governor.
I can't remember what that guy sounds like.
Yeah, he was pretty
Did
boring.
he have like an Alabama accent or something?
Something.
I feel like that'll make it worse.
Yeah.
They got a little zipatone shading here. I was watching comic strips and learning a little bit about zipatone. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that is neat. I liked that episode.
And much sooner than C-3PO would prefer, the hastily repaired Seacraft bobs in the waves off the sprawling city ship's stern, with Luke at its helm. It does kind of look like that skimmer in Rise of Skywalker. That's kind of funny when you think about it.
Oh yeah, we're at war with the Dragon Lord, Skywalker. If you and these droids can make this worthless skimmer, which looks fine to me, combat ready, your futures are secure. That float on the horizon is your target. Sink it, and I'll be quite satisfied. So he's got to go sink a float?
I guess. This shouldn't be that different than bullseyeing womp rats. I mean, you're over water. I mean, you should be able to fly one of these things.
I think what we need a drinking game of how, every time he says womp rats or somebody says womp rats, you got to take a drink. Because I swear, every issue there's some reference to Womp Rat.
Because there's only like 3 animals mentioned in the first Star Wars, so they represent like 99% of the zoology of the entire universe.
Yeah, we've already seen Banthas.
Yeah, we've seen banthas, yeah, and they've referenced them in others. Like, that's like a bantha stampede. It's like, do you have nothing? You don't have any other animals? That's what I liked about Empire, where he just says, you can pull the ears off a Gundar. It's like, yeah, make up a word. No one's going to look it up. It's fake.
So he gets it started.
He's going...
3POs. Well, at least you've got that much right, R2. But frankly, I feel your resetting of the laser cannon feed system was done far too swiftly. And
Bleep, bleep, bloop.
Name calling doesn't make it any less true. That float is a solid mass of logs. Fully functioning lasers.
I want to point out C-3PO's awesome butt. I don't know why, but they're really flattering C-3PO in these designs.
I would not have noticed that, but thank you for putting that into my head.
I'm just saying.
That float is a solid mass of logs. Fully functioning lasers could slice them like butter. They have butter, I guess, in space?
I guess. Like space cannons, butter.
It'd been awesome if he said that. Slice them like space butter. But these cannons obviously haven't been fully functioning for years. I have a question. Let's pause the halt the reading for a moment.
It is riveting to see if Luke is going to be able to bust up those logs.
Where are the logs coming from?
He said it's a float, so I'm assuming it's designed to be a target, and this isn't actually a thing they have to overcome on purpose.
I got a deeper question. Where are they getting logs? That's what I meant. They're in an ocean world.
They probably have some Kevin Costner kind of guys that swim down to the bottom of the ocean where there's trees growing.
Trees growing underwater?
It's a galaxy far, far away. You don't know.
Well, all right. I'll buy that.
In fact, I want to see that now that I've said it. I want to see an undersea forest. That's what I'd rather be watching.
Because that entire pirate ship's the size of a city, and it's built out of wood. So where's this wood coming from?
It's all driftwood.
From what?
Driftwood is naturally occurring in the ocean.
Again, you're missing my point.
No, driftwood grows in the ocean.
Okay, it just forms. Sure. R2's repairs will help, but it's going to take some Beggars Canyon style.
Oh, yeah, close enough. That's close enough to a Womp Rat reference, if you ask me.
I'll circle once to pick out the key stress points. Then
bum. Someone's
What's happening
up.
Here?
Obviously, Luke's got a stowaway. Good looking out, R2.
Is that Chewbacca? Is he going to kill him?
It can't be Chewbacca. That's a man's hand.
Well, yeah, but Chewbacca's going to kill him, we know.
Then you'll be dead, boy!
Whoa!
I won't have to worry about some barefaced off-worlder and a barefaced. Just because you have a beard, that doesn't mean you have to be weird about people who don't. A couple of mechanicals. Oh, and he's also a robot racist. I don't know why that keeps happening. Replacing me as master. Oh my God, he's the master machine smith.
Well, his
whole motivation is that R2 is better at fixing things than he is.
That's what I was about to say. I think it's clear why they don't like mechanicals, because they're taking all their jobs.
Taking our jobs! Corded muscles tighten against Luke's throat, cutting off air, the flow of blood.
Can't stop him. He's too big, too strong. I've had it, unless I could reach my lightsaber? No.
No, not even an issue. I'll just steer us straight into the logs.
He's kicking at the controls with his feet instead of grabbing his lightsaber. But, all right. Did they leave him his lightsaber? Did they not take that from him when he got captured?
I'm not sure. Maybe that's the reason doesn't have it here. Luke is prepared for the result so that he's not thrown out of the skimmer, I guess. How's anybody thrown out of the skimmer? It's got like a windshield and everything.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
But
Luke really knows how to crash a ship.
For real, because look, he had to manage how to figure out how to flip it so it threw him out of the back of the thing.
I've been crashing ships my whole life.
That is true. If anyone knows how to crash a ship, it's Luke. You're going to find that's true.
We tossed a master machine smith.
Yeah, so
what happens to him?
Then, of course, I guess he's just not in the story anymore. You know what happened to him. We just saw. That's that.
Well, she's dead.
Strain's tearing this bucket of bolts apart. Gotta throw all the power into the starboard repulsor turbo. That'll either straighten her out or finish her off.
Starboard turbos sounds funny. Like what a weird sci-fi word to just throw with like the oldest nautical term.
If you put me into a speedboat, I might be able to figure out how to steer it. But if you ask me to throw all the power into the starboard repulsor turbo, I'm assuming Luke's never been on a boat since he's from a desert planet. But somehow he knows how to do that.
This is partly Carmine Infantino's fault. Look how complicated those controls are. Like, there's just gizmos everywhere there. Like, so if you had drawn a simpler panel, then maybe we could believe that Luke could just sort of feel his way through it. But it looks like an enormously complicated mechanism. Canopy's gone. Okay, so my whole job here was to show that this skimmer was ready to go to war with the Dragon Lords, and I've already wrecked it.
He crashed it right into the thing he was supposed to shoot.
Yeah, just
Rip
to
the
show
Kennedy off.
Guns still pack a punch.
At least the guns work. Wouldn't want to go up against Imperial stormtroopers with them because, they're so tough.
Because they're
but
too
considering,
precise.
Considering what we had to work with, R2 did just fine.
Fracow! I don't know how he's under it now. Like, he's under it, shooting up at it. That's a weird composition on this panel.
Maybe when he hit it, it knocked it into the air.
He went into that weird whirl loop. Is it like a sort of surf? See how there's like a wave? Maybe that he's like in a tunnel, like a surfer. Yeah. Came out under it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Congratulations, Skywalker. You've won a definite place on the ship. If you and your droids continue to perform as I've witnessed, you'll be Master Machinesmith for a lifetime. Ooh, thank you.
Yeah. Man, Luke just went in and took over.
That's the
He's
best
already
part.
moving up the ladder.
I just like, and to reward you, you will be my prisoner forever. Like, that wasn't really what I was angling for.
Yes, sir. I didn't want to take anyone else's job, just to prove that 3PO, R2, and I could be of service by doing the things that guy's job was.
Like the guardian! They took your job!
I don't think you have to be that sensitive about his job. You just murdered him.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't want to take his job. I mean, I don't mind killing him, but I didn't want to take his job.
The job's available now, so I guess it's fine. Like, that's not an ethical quandary anymore.
So that in time, you might help us get off this world. Like, let's get your mechanical friend settled, boy. Then I'll explain some things.
Put them in a lube bath. Like, how weird. We don't even have droids on this ship, but we can throw together a lube bath with old rum barrels. Pretty
giant rum barrels. I admit this particular lubricant does strangely affect my olfactory sensors. I didn't know they could smell.
How interesting.
No reason why it should, boy. That oil's extracted from the finest fish on the planet.
Oh, it's
no
fish
doubt
oil. Yeah. Oh, gross. You guys smell like fish, but it's good for you. It's got that omega-3. Good for your joints.
Oh, see, there's a red lizard.
Yeah, which is... I still don't have access to my issues, but I wonder if I looked if it would be a green lizard.
Harmless nuisance. So, in a world without land, they have lizards?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say these are baby dragons.
I've got a theory.
Oh, interesting. But they swarm over our vessel like barnacles. There's much about shipboard life for you and your companions to learn, Skywalker. But let's start with certain basics. Come up on deck.
Oh, we were on deck. I guess we're
So now he's going to give them a tour.
We just left the deck, though, so it's weird.
There, Skywalker, the most basic lesson of all. Oh, look up there.
He's
the price of not pleasing your governor. That's where the Master Machinesmith is. Somehow they got him all the way up there.
They saved him to hang him? That's really mean.
That's the Master Machinesmith, the man who attacked me. The act of a desperate fool who sensed his usefulness was at an end. He was wrong. He's actually quite useful now, as a warning to the others.
Ugh.
Man, Star Wars was darker back then than I would have thought.
Yeah, a lot more murder.
This pudgy madman doesn't have a voice like Darth Vader, but his heart's sure in the right place, or in the same place. Gotta keep my temper. Appear to go along with him, until the droids and I can find some way to escape.
You literally just tried to kill that guy, Luke. I mean, I'm not saying you're on board with people getting
try
hanged,
to kill him.
Well,
He
what
was
do you
just
think
trying to
was
get him
going to
off.
happen?
Well, he had to do something. He was defending himself. He wasn't trying to kill him.
I don't know. Throw a soup bone. Try that. Basic self-defense. The guy wasn't even armed.
I'm sure if Luke would have been just as happy if he'd just fallen into the water. And you're impressed, I take it. Good. I'm breaking a rule to let you survive. I don't want any betrayals. Oh, here we get the backstory that we've been waiting for.
Finally, we get to figure out where the governor comes from.
That rule was made by my father and his generation when they first came to this world of water, fleeing the Republic.
Oh, so here we go.
The Republic!
That's how they know.
The Republic. The old Republic. It's just a memory now, replaced by the Empire. Then whatever hell dear father's in, he must be pleased.
Jesus, that is
Yikes.
dark. You are grizzled.
Yeah. He never quite forgave the Republic for ending his rather profitable governorship. Father governed the, Cortine?
Cortine asteroid belt.
Using his authority to cover his citizens' partiality to space wrecking.
I'm going to have to hear more on what space wrecking is.
It's wrecking things in space. Hobbs.
Yeah, but to what end? Let's see. The belt's denizens, supposedly miners, used sonic jamming devices to disrupt starship drives and send the helpless crafts crashing into the asteroids, where they could then be stripped of all cargo. Okay, I'll buy that. That almost happened in Firefly.
Oh yeah. It's in I can't think of the name of the show.
Was it in The Expanse?
Yeah, they do that in The Expanse too. That they have these like miners, belters, I think they're called.
Belters, that's right.
Naturally, my father shared at each wreck's profits. So, what did he do exactly? These belter guys are doing the. He just had the Empire look the other way.
Yeah,
or the Republic look the.
He just took money to allow it to continue to happen. Just took his cut.
And the Republic was mad about that.
Until the Jedi Knight stopped him.
Lust for even more of those profits led to the development of more powerful and effective jammers. But the influx of special equipment and technicians needed to accomplish this in time attracted other interest from the Republic and its Jedi Knights.
That could be Mace Windu with a little coloring there.
Yeah,
if you guys are going to screw up the colors, you could make a non-Caucasian Jedi.
It could have been any of the Jedi. They all had hands, right?
Well, he has a purplish lightsaber. If you're going to go purple, I'm just saying after the fact, make it Mace Windu.
That's true. So he's slaughtering them because that's what Jedi do.
Yeah, exactly. We're not soldiers. We're flat out murderers.
I'm not going to fight your war for you.
Mm-hmm.
Father and a band of followers escaped, if tumbling out of warp in a laser-blasted spacecraft and limping into the Drexel system can properly be called escape.
Oh, check it out! I was right. There's got underwater trees.
Oh, well, there you go. Like it or not, they had to make this ocean-smothered planet their home. The prospect was not so bleak as it first appeared. There were undersea forests, shell and coral for construction materials, plant, fish, and reptile life for food. Only metal,
would like
vital
to be
the
seeing that.
Equipment and weapons, was missing.
That would have been more interesting. I mean, I know you have to get into the mechanics of people having scuba gear and all that kind of stuff, but I'd like to be seeing that if that's on this planet. Undersea forests?
And the way these trees look is if they were not always underseas. They don't look like they're water plants.
Yeah, like it flooded and they just survived.
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be cool if the trees would grow tall enough to actually grow out of the water? There's a lot of cool stuff. I want to revisit this planet with a little bit more world building in mind.
Wreckers that they were, my father and those original settlers managed to acquire even that, though never in sufficient quantity, and for us metal remains more precious than gems. Even so, around the remnants of their original spacecraft, the ship grew and thrived, except for two factors: mounting attacks from the great sea dragons.
Yeah, number one factor, dragons.
And a revolt by the ship's technicians. They claimed the wrecker policies were somehow causing the dragon attacks.
I just like the spectrum there. On the one hand, dragons. On the other hand, technicians. It's like, I think you could just say that it was mostly dragons that was your problem.
My father squashed the uprising, but in the most foolish move of his life, failed to kill the ringleaders. The ringleaders that did what? Claimed that the record policies were somehow causing the dragon attacks?
Or
That's what they did?
Yeah, that's true.
He says
He
a
left
revolt.
the technicians alive.
He set them adrift. And they became the Dragon Masters, or the Dragon Lords, excuse me. So now we know about where the Dragon Lords came from.
Yeah,
We don't know where they live.
So they clearly use some kind of tech to control these dragons.
I'm going to make an educated guess.
I've got a theory.
The what do they call it? Jammers? The jammers that they use to wreck stuff, that's what was making the dragons attack. And these guys are using similar device to control them. That's going to be my guess.
Makes sense.
I don't know if they'll ever even bother explaining that. But
So let's have no talk of leaving the planet, Skywalker. I need you and your droids for my war. A war to win final control of this world once and for all. A war?
Governor Quark! The tracking crew reports something big is on its way. Bigger than we've ever encountered, Your Honor.
Reaching the tracking crew involves a descent to the ship's lowest level. And another revelation for Luke.
This is a spacecraft section. From the ship that brought your father here?
I want someone to explain to me why this digital version just has a word balloon with nothing in it.
Oh, gosh, you're right.
God, there's no QA here. Like, have some respect for the source material here, guys.
That's weird. It doesn't look like much would fit in there either.
Before we record again, I'm gonna have to find my original issues. You guys are sloppy.
Yeah, I need to see what this is.
Well, I'm gonna have to dig up the original issue somewhere because I'm looking at the reprint, and the reprint has that blank balloon too.
Oh, that's weird.
That's totally weird. Yeah, so we'll have to do some research into the mystery line of the general here. All right, let's get through this.
Okay. So I'll jump back to where we were. This is a spacecraft section from the ship that brought your father here.
And it has an analog clock in it for some reason.
Does it? Oh, yeah. That's not a clock. It's got to be some kind of
It's a dial.
navigation device.
It's still a mechanical dial. That doesn't seem very spaceshipy.
And this equipment is all part of the most powerful sonic jammer Father's wrecking prophets could buy. So it's a sonic jammer, right? This goes into my theory. It's sound. What it doesn't make sense is how a sonic jammer can affect
How it
things
works in space. Yeah, working in
But-
water makes perfect sense.
But we do know that in Star Wars there is sound in space.
That's true.
So
It's a different galaxy with different rules.
I'll let it slide. He managed to escape with it from the asteroid belt. We've been putting it to good use ever since. You're still wreckers. This is how my ship was brought down. I like Luke's getting mad back there.
I like how they gave an out. Like, no, not really. I guess so.
Yours and all the others that stray into the Drexel system. Well, I'm kind of glad that they took the time to explain why his ship crashed, because we never saw it. We saw him talking to Leia go, "Oh, no, no!" And then we see him on the ocean.
Which in that cut makes it seem like he unexpectedly ran into the planet.
Yeah, oops, crash.
Like, way too close. Like, how did the planet sneak up on you?
I was talking to Leia. I wasn't watching out the window. The windshield. The space shield.
Yeah.
Perhaps not this time, sir. That thing we're getting early readings on, it could be as big as we are. Then we'll salvage enough metal to last a lifetime, fool.
What if
Strike
it's
the moment it's in range.
I guess they're seeing Crimson Jack's ship at this point.
Well, yeah, it has. Yeah.
I only know of one craft that large, an Imperial cruiser. Like,
And Luke knows a lot about craft because he hasn't spent his entire life on a desert planet.
I love that ship design. Look how weird that is. That's awesome.
It looks neat, but it looks different every time they show it. So
Yeah, the pool is gone.
No, there's a hole up there.
I guess, but it's not a round hole.
Well, maybe that's just a perspective thing.
Maybe they're going into hyperspace or something.
I do like the hot
Or
rod
coming out.
flames, like you said last issue. That's intense. Like,
Just saying,
why do
your
you need
daddy
weapons,
started a
man?
story.
Just turn that thing around and point, blast
Yeah,
on
for real.
whatever's attacking you.
Just pull a crazy Ivan on him.
This is a good place for us to split for the next episode because we're going back to Crimson Jack.
Yeah, and we've gone well over time again, as per usual. If I might say, as per usual.
So next half of this issue, next episode, we will see how Han convinces Crimson Jack somehow to rescue Luke.
Yeah, it seemed like things are about to get kind of dicey for Han. Like, wait a minute.
That's your treasury.
Yeah.
That pirate ship.
That man and the 2 robots? That's right. They have a treasure on them.
Yeah, well, in all fairness, Luke is the savior of the galaxy, so...
Yeah. And in fairness, Crimson Jack seems kind of thick.
Crimson Jack he's just in it for, like you said, something to do.
He's just in it for the adventure.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not an idiot, but what else am I going to do?
It's boring out here.
For real, I just had a jolly mouth off about what a misogynist I am. Which, in fairness, is true, but still.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode in which we will finish issue 13.
Yes.
And find out what happens on the water world in the Drexel system.
And finally see the deadly reunion of Luke and Chewie.
Yeah, I don't understand
Yet to see.
how we get from here, where we are right now, to Chewie strangling Luke. I don't see how that happens. They only have like what, 7-8 pages left to go from here to Chewie wanting to murder Luke.
Well, they're notorious for how well they cover ground narratively.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll see you next time. As always, the TV8MyDinner.com has audio versions of the show, and the YouTube channel is Marvel Age Star Wars, so check that out. We have links to them as well. That's the best way to find both. And
check out Sean's book on Amazon.
Yeah, The Cosmic Unconscious is on Amazon if you want to check that out. That's out there, and we did sell a couple of copies. I sold one paperback and one Kindle.
Hey, man.
So, who knows?
It's beginning.
I wish. One thing Amazon doesn't do is tell you the individual names of people who buy your stuff. That's probably
That would
good.
be so creepy.
What do you think? Like, who is this?
Have you finished it yet? Like, what?
Yeah.
It just arrived at my house. Do you like the cover?
Pretty crazy, right?
You want to have dinner and talk about it?
Yeah. If you got any questions, I'm never buying anything from Amazon again. They totally don't protect your
maybe
privacy.
we can work together on the next one.
I'm just saying, yeah, I'll take suggestions. What do you want my next book to be about? I got a Patreon.
Can I stay at your place?
Come to your house.
All right. We'll see you guys next episode. I'm sorry.
Until then, my name is Sean.
And this is Brooks. We'll talk to you then. Bye.
Snoop. Snoop.